Good morning, everybody. My name's Ben Werther. I'm a VP of Products at Datastax. Some of you may know us. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do and also share, I've got 5 minutes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about something we announced about 10 days ago now that I'm going to be going into much more detail at 10:40 in the breakout room. But I want to just kind of set the scene with this little introduction. So I've been in the big data world for some time. This term is, quite kind of becoming meaningless in some sense, but we're all here to talk about data at some level. But really, when you look at kind of where we are, there's really two different sides to data. A lot of the talk about data has been, over the last few years, has been around kind of the analytics side. I used to run product at Greenplum. I was deep in conversations about queries that ran for minutes and hours, and in some cases even days. And working with Hadoop and things like that, lots of great technology. At the same time, there's an equally important emerging side to data, which is to sort of the data challenge, which is about the way you interact with it at low latency. So many cases, people are interacting with databases like Oracle and MySQL and so on, but when you get to a certain scale, a certain need to handle very, very low latency processing, you need technologies like Cassandra that came from work at Facebook that are designed for millions of simultaneous users, very, very low latency interaction. Now, we at Datastax are the company behind Cassandra. We build the technology. We work closely with the community and build products and services around it. But what we've been seeing, amongst our customers, guys like Netflix, OpenWave, and many others, was that these two worlds are coming together. They're really unifying, and the challenge is, how do you start with something that is happening in real time? I've got millions of users coming to my website. I've got millions of sensor events from sensor grids and things like that. Interact and present information in real time, react, respond, predict, but also allow the analytical side without large amount of data movement, without ETL, making it very, very easy. So I'm going to skip a little bit back on Cassandra. What we announced, and what I want to talk about, is something we call Brisk. And so Brisk is a new Hadoop distribution, Apache open source distribution that we announced about 10 days ago, and will actually be available for download in about 30 days. So what's different about Brisk is there are really some fundamental challenges in the traditional Hadoop stack. There's a lot of great technology. The MapReduce layers, the Hive SQL layer is great. But fundamentally, it's a batch sequential type of metaphor. There's no way of thinking about kind of real-time, low-latency operations in an easy way. So what we've done is take Cassandra, which is very good at real-time, low-latency operations, and essentially marry that with Hadoop. Replace Hadoop file system with Cassandra file system, which is functionally equivalent, but is more scalable with no single point of failure. And made the whole thing work together where you have the real-time side and the analytical side in one system, fundamentally allowing you to have the whole sort of the best of breed in one infrastructure. And what I'll talk about if you come to the 1040 talk is how you do that in a way that actually isolates resources so that I can be doing low latency things. I can be asking analytical questions, and I can make sure that the two don't actually slow each other down while interacting with the very latest data in both cases. So I'll talk about some use cases later on if you come join us. Just a final thing about who we are. I mentioned we're the company behind Apache Cassandra, backed by Lightspeed, Sequoia, and Rackspace. About 70 customers these days based in Burlingame, California. And I'd love to tell you guys more. I'd love to answer questions. So basically, please come join us at 10:40 for the breakout session downstairs. We'd love to go into more detail. And with that, thank you very much.